I look up to Kyle a lot. You guys, if you aren't paying attention, make sure you are, because this guy, who here knows like Wim Hoffman? Have anyone heard of Wim Hoffman?
Wim Hof.
It's Wim
Hof. Sorry, Wim Hof.
Jake has it.
No, Kyle is a master at this. Okay, there's a reason why I chose him to talk on this specific topic. Okay, it's comfort zone. Kyle's really, really good at this, and he's gonna talk a little bit about this. But guys, Kyle's had so much experience in sales. He's got a really, really cool story that he's gonna tell you guys, and I am just stoked. So let's give it up for Kyle.
Thanks, Jake. All right. So, first and foremost, I'm actually going to give a shout out to the room real quick, because as I stepped out to go grab a bite, the ladies at the table that work here, she said, "Excuse me, what do you guys do?" I said, "We sell solar." She's like, "We had to know, because you guys are the most energetic, happy people that we have in here. Like, we had to know what you guys are doing that's different." So give yourself a round of applause. We are good humans. Cool, now let's talk about me. No, seriously, so to introduce myself, my name is Kyle Crowley. This is my wife, Amber, my beautiful wife, and these are my sons, Colt, who is Avatar, and little Momo right here, that's Weiwei, or Waylon, and this is my life. Everything here, that is what I am on this earth for. So, the other thing I'm here for is to make a difference somehow, and I'm figuring that part out. Now, can I have the clicker? Thank you. Now, Jake already let you know that what I'm talking about today is getting out of my comfort zone. How do I work this thing? We synced up, boys? Oh, we got it? Oh, dope, okay. So, real quick, I think this is actually super cool that Carson brought this up, because we are each other's kryptonite, to a sense. Carson hates me because I am talented. Now, that's the God-given stuff, that's not the earned stuff. Everything I've done my entire life has kind of just fallen in my lap. I never had to study through school. I've always been extremely athletic. It came pretty easily to me. And I go sit next to Carson, who is the exact opposite of me. He grinds his ass off. And he taught me a lot, actually, because I didn't realize how valuable it was to work for something. Okay? So, this is why Jake asked me to talk to you guys, is I do ridiculously uncomfortable things pretty often, and this job is extremely uncomfortable. I think we can all agree. I'm not going to talk about solar or sales a whole lot in this, but how you do one thing is how you do everything. The way you treat your family, the way you take yourself to the gym or not, how you feed yourself, who you are at work, the way you do one thing is the way you do everything in life, okay? So, this is some of the ways that I like to get uncomfortable. I do ice baths, I wake up before the sunrise every day, and I run sometimes. Now, who knows what an ultra marathon is? Cool, everyone knows what a marathon is, right? Ultra marathon, let's talk about 5K. 5K is 3 miles, right? And it kind of builds up from there. Half is 13 miles nonstop. Huge shout out, by the way, to Gus this morning for hitting a PR. He has never ran a farther distance in his life in one time than he did this morning. So give it up for Gus. He made the choice to 6.5 miles. 6.5 miles. He made the choice looking me in the eye, knowing what he was committing to yesterday, to get uncomfortable this morning, and he showed up ready to rock and roll. That is getting uncomfortable, right there. So, marathon's 26.2 miles. Most people finish that in around 4.5 hours. Ultra marathon's anything over 27 miles. I ran my first one in November 20th. I did 50 miles in 10 hours. You don't get to stop. Well, you can, but you don't. And I'm currently training for 100. I'll do that in September in Pensacola.
Pause. Guys, that's 50 miles. That's far. You said that lightly, but 50 miles that's insane. It's ridiculous.
We could all do it. It's fine. No, but seriously, I'm going to run in September, like at 3 months from now, and I just barely started training because I'd like to procrastinate. It's still kind of ingrained in me, so I'm learning, I'm progressing every day. You'll never reach it, right? We're always working towards it. So, come support me if you want to, but it's going to suck. Oh. Anyways, that was me finishing my 50, and I was pretty excited about it, so there you go. Okay.
Wait, Kyle, is the 100, is that a race that's going on in Pensacola?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's sanctioned and everything. There's going to be a bunch of other crazy people like me.
Where's the start and where's the finish?
Oh, dude. Okay. So I like to run for scenery. I enjoyed traversing long distances, and I am cornered into a 2.5-mile loop. Yep. So I'm going to run that 40 times over. And I'm aiming for like 20 hours. We'll see how it goes. Cool. Yeah. So here's the thing about me. Like I said, I kind of fall into everything pretty easily. And when I decided to do my first marathon, I didn't do it because I like running. In fact, I don't like running. But the reason I did it is I just wanted to do something hard. I wanted to push my mental ability and physical ability farther than I ever had before. And I looked over at my buddy Jesse. I said, hey, you want to run a marathon with me? Let's do it in 2 weeks. Because I was like, that's just how I do things. I just get up and I just do it. Okay, so he actually talked me into training for it. Crazy. And so thankfully, that reassured the lessons that I learned from Carson long ago, is that we should build up and continue to grow towards something. And training for this marathon became one of the most powerful lessons I learned in my entire life. Now, training for this was extremely uncomfortable. I have 2 kids. I have a full-time job. I had no time to myself. So the only time that I could run was before the sun came up. So I was up before the sun every single day, and I trained through winter in Utah. So most of my runs looked like this over here. Okay? It sucks. And I just have an entire log of, I ate half a banana. Like, guys, I focused in on how am I going to improve every single day and do something uncomfortable every single day. Okay? Finished my marathon on the 7th of March in 2020. And then 10 days later, everything went to shit fast. So at the time I was selling timeshare, so I was selling vacation to a world that stopped traveling. I was living the salesman life the poor way, like Carson greatly taught us before this. Thank you, Carson. I was that salesman. I had no money and I had all the things. I also had a baby in the NICU. So my wife lost her dad. I battled with addiction that almost ended my marriage. And my wife, who'd been watching me train and seeing that I am capable of doing something over time and improving consistently, my wife agreed after moving out, taking the kids from me. She said, let's do this. I'm going to give you a chance. And I called Carson. And I said, dude, I have nothing. I heard you're out in Florida. Is it good? This is where I am. And Carson assured me, yeah, get out here. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but this is what the opportunity is. He was very blunt. With $200 in a bank account, a borrowed truck because mine got taken away, I drove my family across the country. We blew out 2 tires to get to Florida. Nothing was going to stop me or my wife. Okay? So that's a little bit about me. Now, what happened to my wife? Like I said, our marriage was almost over. We were really, there was fights constantly. Stress about everything. Here's my wife. Here's her story. She decided to move across the country with me. She's been struggling with severe depression and anxiety. Her dad committed suicide, which is hard for anybody, I think, to go through. That was probably the 5th or 6th suicide in her life, some of which were her closest friends. We lost a baby before the one that went to the NICU. I don't know if that was on the slide or not. She had a lot going on, but she saw me changing, and she committed to change because she wanted to find something different for herself also. So she said, I am going to the gym for 6 months. I will not quit. I will hire a coach. So as soon as we finally found a stable place to live in Florida, which took about 2.5 months, we hired her a coach. I had no money. All of my money went to getting Amber a coach. She said, let's see. When I first started, I couldn't even do a push-up. I was so disappointed in myself and embarrassed. But I knew if I were to give up and go home, things would only be harder. This is my wife after 1.5 years of this. She has never quit. She goes to the gym every single day, well, 6 days a week. She is on an extreme diet, and she is never going to quit. And she has now compounded that into everything she does in life. Everything she does now has the most consistency of anyone I've ever seen in my life. I fail all the time. I still fall into my old habits where I'll slump down and then, I'm supposed to be doing something. And then I got to build back up to be more like Carson. But here's Amber's quote again. It's way more comfortable to sit on the couch and eat Cheetos or curl up in bed when you're sad than it is to go to the gym. But it's also way more uncomfortable to be overweight and in bad health, both physically and mentally, than it is to just go to the gym. I'm trying to censor, I'm sorry guys. So, choose the hard path today and make tomorrow easy. Easier, all right? Cool. So that's just a little bit about me and my wife. That's where we are now, that's where we are today. Our marriage has never been better, communication's never been better. We see a therapist regularly just to improve on that, so now we have a coach for that, we have a coach for fitness, we have a coach for everything. That's so valuable, guys. Anyways, that's a plug. So what is a comfort zone, okay? The comfort zone is the behavioral state within which a person operates in an anxiety-neutral condition, using a limited set of behaviors to deliver a steady level of performance, usually without a sense of risk. That is where 90% of the population lies, is in our comfort zone. Cool. So I want to take a look at this circle in the middle here, and I want you to ask yourself if you fall into any of these. Do you feel like you're just kind of getting by? Do you feel insecure? Are you acting like everyone else? Do you play it safe? Do you procrastinate? Do you have regrets? Are you settling for less? Like this is what happens to you as you stay in your comfort zone, okay? And of course, outside the box, as you push your way out of your comfort zone, these are the things that you gain. You gain confidence, you explore and have new experiences, you become abundant, you get excited, you embrace things that are unknown, you choose to be happy and fulfilled. Okay, I don't know what you guys are picking out of those two, but I am not spending any time in here. Okay, so another infographic here is we can kind of take a look at it because doing uncomfortable things is uncomfortable. We don't have to shy away from the facts here. If you're going on a run, it's not fun. I don't know any runners that actually love running, but there's just more to it than that. Do you love running? Okay, I didn't think so. Cool. In your comfort zone, you feel safe, you're in control, everything's okay, right? As you push out, you push into the fear zone. So a lot of you new guys that are just getting out here and you've never done an experience like this and your first time on the doors, like that's pretty scary. You don't really know what you're getting out of it yet. It's just new and different and a little bit fearful. And a lot of times we find ways to get back to the comfort zone because it's uncomfortable. So this is where you're gonna start getting a little bit of that initial pressure. If you make another decision to do something uncomfortable and you push past that zone, that is where growth takes place, okay? You learn, right? You learn, you're building on, okay, this is actually why I'm doing it. This is what I'm getting from this, and then you grow. Does that make sense? Cool. Benefits of leaving the comfort zone. I'm trying to go quick. You develop a growth mindset. Again, has everyone seen this before? This graphic of growth versus fixed mindsets? If you haven't, please take a photo of that or just Google it later, write it in your notes. Actually, don't get your phones out, leave them away. Put it in your notebook, look at it later, and take a look at this and ask yourself seriously these questions about yourself. It's okay if you're in the fixed mindset. It is not bad to know where you are. It's actually incredibly empowering if you know where you are, because then you know what to fix. And then you can start getting uncomfortable, guys. It's cool. Okay, the other thing is becoming resilient. So life is unpredictable. The world ends everything that you thought was stable, and everything crumbles and falls apart, and what do? If you are always staying in this little comfort zone and you've never expanded your comfort zone, that is gonna hit you way harder than someone that is waking up early, going to the gym, having a good diet, doing some uncomfortable stuff, right? And there's tons of things we'll talk about later, but the more that you do uncomfortable things, your comfort zone actually grows, because now you become comfortable doing the uncomfortable things, right? Which means you get to push even farther. Okay. How am I doing on time? Am I doing pretty good?
Really good.
Good. I wanted to. We have 20 minutes left? Guys, I cut out so much thinking I had to hurry. Well, we got plenty of time for this then. This is gonna be great. We're doing all 3 rounds. I am not Wim Hofman, Jake. Figure out the name, I've told it to you 100 times. Wim Hof. Okay, everyone, some people knew about who Wim Hof was. I couldn't get the permit today to bring in a swimming pool to fill it with ice so that we could all jump in cold water. I tried, they didn't let me, okay? We don't have time to go outside and go for a run. You guys missed it, that was at 6 a.m., okay? Gus made it, and KP made it. Where's KP at? My man, thank you for being there today. Okay. So, we're going to do one of my other favorite things that Wim Hof preaches, and that is breath work. Okay? Now, the more uncomfortable you get doing this breath work, the more you will get out of it. Okay? You will get out of it what you put into it. Now, to explain this before I start it, who here has done this breath work before? By raise of hands. Good. Okay, that's a pretty decent group. I like it. Sorry for the reteach to all my panhandle people, but I'm a one-trick pony. So, this breath work is pretty rapid breathing. You guys are going to breathe in very deep, and then you're going to let it fall out. And then you're going to breathe in again, and let it fall out. What's up? Oh, yeah, please.
Just like why this is, like what his mission is and what he talks about.
Yeah,
I feel like, because when we went to Abundant Leadership, I had no idea, never heard of it. And then hearing about it, I'm like, this makes so much sense.
Cool, yeah. Okay, so Wim Hof, he's a Dutchman. He actually went through a lot of trauma himself. His wife had schizophrenia and committed suicide, left him with a bunch of kids that he had to take care of, and he had nothing either. Pretty wild story, actually. And he found that going into cold actually pushed him out of his comfort zone, and he almost relates it to his higher power, in a sense. Like, he has found God through cold. Okay? Wim Hof, or the Iceman, as you can search him, holds 24 world records, 22 of which are about cold. He hiked to the death zone on Everest in nothing but swim trunks and shoes. He has submerged his body in ice for over 2 hours without lowering his core body temperature. The man's a stud. He really is. And he credits a lot of that to his breath work that he does. Do you want to go any more detail in Wim Hof?
No, like, talk about, like, he did the Antarctica thing or wherever he submerged himself. Like, can you explain, like, what he does to, like, keep his body at that certain temperature? Because, like, most of us, we get in cold water and it's like you're shivering and freaking out. But what does breath work have to do with that?
Yeah, and what's fun is he's hooking himself up to, he's saying, scientific probes, come probe me. Like, I want this to be known that I'm not doing anything special that anyone else can do. I'm not a superhero. Everyone can do this. So he subjected himself to a lot of stuff. Now, it's kind of hard, like, I don't know. As far as like the scientific of why the breath work works, I don't know. What he has proven is hooked up to sensors in the head, whatever they're called, right? Brain scans and stuff like that. Through doing his breath work, he can actually raise his adrenaline as high as if you were about to bungee jump or skydive for the first time, just by breathing. And when you raise adrenaline in your body, like that heals a lot of things or supports a lot of things in your body, okay? One other cool study that he did with his breath work, there was two groups of 10, and they were injected with a virus. I don't know, it wasn't a virus, it was some sort of, I think it was E. coli. Was it E. coli? I think it was E. coli, thank you, Blake. So they inject them with E. coli, and obviously if you get E. coli, like a lot of pretty terrible stuff happens to your body, right? And he took a random group of 10 people and trained them on his method, and they went in for the study, and 10 of the people, 100% of the people that got the E. coli injected that didn't do his method had the symptoms. 100% of the people that he trained with his breath work had 0 symptoms or negligible symptoms. Pretty cool. He tried to get them to pump him with COVID when COVID came out, but they wouldn't do it for science. I think that's kind of lame. The fact of the matter is breath work is pretty simple. And breath is the only thing that we get to keep through our entire life, because everything else can leave you. You can lose everything else, but if you lose your breath, you're gone. That's the only thing you get to keep from the moment you are born to the moment you die, is your breath. And I could go on and on and on and on and on about breath work. Personally, it's changed my life pretty drastically. But I just really want to show you guys, okay? I really, really want you guys to experience what breathwork can do, because if you can learn to control your breath, you won't be controlled by it. If you have symptoms, or like, let me put it this way, if you get angry, what happens to your breath? Right? It accelerates, it gets shallow. You react. If you can control that and you're not anxious and ramped up, but you need energy, you can actually just hyperventilate your breath a little bit. You can actually raise your heart rate, elevate your heart rate, and you can get more excited and take on something, right? The same is also true. You can calm it back down. If you notice that you're getting anxious, you're like, okay, I need to slow my breath down, because a slower breath focused on exhale will lower my heart rate. You can actually bring yourself out of anxiety, out of anger, out of stress. And this is what I used to save my marriage. Literally, breath work. I would start getting so pissed off that I would and I would hold my breath until I realized that I needed to breathe again. But by the time I had figured it out, I knew that I had needed to stop being angry. And then I worked through breathing, okay? Anyways, I didn't know this was going to be a breathwork class. I thought it was an uncomfortable class, but where are we going? Oh yeah, I had it on my slide, but you can go to the YouTube video too. Anything else, Carson? Thank you. I appreciate the questions. Cool. Okay, guys. So, like I said, don't start it just yet. Like I said, as far as the breathing goes, the more serious you take it, the more you'll get out of it. I want you guys to get comfortable, sit upright in your chair, put your feet flat on the ground. Okay? You are going to close your eyes for this. You'll get a lot more out of it, I promise. You're going to breathe in as deeply as you can, and then let it fall out. Okay? Now we're going to do that rapidly, and he'll guide it. We're going to do that rapidly for about 30 breaths. At the end of 30 breaths, this is where the confusion usually hits. You breathe all of your air out. You leave nothing in your lungs. You don't have to force it. You're not trying to be a hero. You're just let it fall out. Don't okay? So just let it fall out and be there, okay? And you're going to hold it. You're just going to stop breathing with no air in your lungs and stop breathing, okay? And we're going to hold that for a minute the first time. And we're going to do 3 rounds of this, and it's going to increase in time every single time. You're going to go for a minute, then you're going to go for a minute and a half, and I think it goes to minute 40 or 2 minutes. I'm not sure. Okay, now, there's a lot of murmur. You guys, I think you'll be shocked at how long you can hold your breath after we do this.
Eyes closed the whole time?
Yeah, please. Yeah, keep your eyes closed. If you're in a beautiful setting and you're like up in the mountains or sitting by the ocean, like eyes open, it's fantastic. But right now, I want you guys to go in. I want you guys to go into your body, feel your mind, feel your emotions. I don't want you worrying about the neighbor next to you. I don't want you guys worrying, do I look silly breathing like this? Of course you do. That's what we're doing this for. It's uncomfortable, okay? So prepare yourself for it. Close your freaking eyes. Okay. You hold your breath. If you can't and you need to take a breath, obviously take it, okay? And when you do, take a big breath in, and then you're gonna hold that for 15 seconds. So if you can't make it as long as he does, don't worry about it. It's not a competition. We're just doing our best here. On the last round, for all you, look, we got a lot of competitive people in here, and that's why I love this group. So on the last round, if you wanna just push it as long as you possibly can, I encourage it deeply, okay? Everyone got it? Anyone don't understand it? Be vulnerable, please. If you don't get it, I'm happy to explain.
So 30 breaths. Last one, you breathe out and hold it.
Yeah.
Okay.
30 breaths, no air, and then you'll take a breath in, hold it for 15 seconds, and then we go right back into another round. We're gonna do 3 rounds.
Okay.
Yep. Anything that you can get air into your lungs. The better you can bring it in. If you got great nose and you can get it all done there, cool. I can't, I use my mouth. Okay, good question. Yeah. Anyone else? Any questions before we get started? What's that? Hold it when you breathe it back in. Yeah. And it's guided too. Like he's gonna reiterate this. I just wanted to make sure we have the best possible experience we can with this. And then you guys are gonna do this every single day for the rest of your life, and you're gonna thank me for it. But don't thank me. Thank this guy that's not on the screen anymore. The Iceman, Wim Hof. Okay. And he didn't actually start it either. It's Tumo breathing. But, okay.
This is a guided breathing session. Relax and diffuse. Lie down, sit down, whatever it takes. Relax.
I'm going to turn the lights down.
Are you ready? Here we go. Round number 1. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Go with the flow of the breath. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. Into the belly. Into the chest and let go. Like a wave. Make it circle. Fully in and letting go. Just keep on going. No pause between inhalation and exhalation. Fully in, letting go. Five more. Let's give it all we got. Last one. Fully in and let go. All right. 1 minute breath hold from now on. Be in this moment. Let the body do what the body is capable of doing. Be aware of your heartbeat. Slow it down and just be in this moment. Let that relaxation spread down to your toes, into your fingertips, to the base of your neck and head. You are almost there. Do you want to prolong your breath hold? Pause the video now and continue when you feel the urge to breathe. Okay, recovery breath in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a deep breath in and hold for 15 seconds. Exhale in 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Round number 2. Back into that rhythm. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. In, out, in, out, out, into the belly, into the chest, and let go. Like make it circular. Pull in, letting go. Just keep on going. No pause between inhalation and exhalation. In with peace, out with stress. And more. Pull in, let it go. Nice, deep, circular breaths. Five more. Let's give it all we got. Last one. Pull in. Exhale. Stop. 1.5 minute breath hold from now on. Feel. Become aware. If your hands and feet are tingling, or you feel your body temperature is changing, that's okay. You're doing fantastic. If you need to breathe before the cue, that's okay. You are almost there. Do you want to prolong your breath hold? Pause the video now and continue when you feel the urge to breathe. When you are ready, fully in and hold for 15 seconds. Exhale in 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Round number 3. Back into that rhythm. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. In with the relaxation, out with the stress. In, out. In, out, in, out, into the belly, into the chest, and let go, like a wave. Make it circular. Pull in, and letting go. Just keep on going. No pause between inhalation and exhalation. In with peace, out with stress. Ten more. Pull in, let it go. Nice, deep, circular breaths. 5 more. Let's give it all we got. Last one. Juliet. And on the exhale, stop. 1.5 minutes breath hold from now on. Become aware of the blood running through your veins, your heart beating. Feel. Thirty seconds left. You are almost there. Do you want to prolong your breath hold? Pause the video now and continue when you feel the urge to breathe. Alright, breathe in and hold for 15 seconds. Exhale in 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Let your breathing return to normal as you finish up the round. Move your body bit by bit, starting with your fingers and your toes. Let your breathing normalize. If you liked this guided breathing session, we got more for you. We got a free app on our website. It's good stuff.
All right. So what I want you to do really quick is if you had an experience just now, I want you to start preparing what you want to say because I'm going to ask a few of you to share.
Bro.
Okay, you got it now. Don't quit. Hold on, just a sec. Hold on. Okay, so start preparing something that you want to share, okay? I'm going to bring you the microphone and you're going to share. So we're going to get uncomfortable. We're going to practice. It's not very hard for a group of people that does sales for a living, so I'm sure you'll be natural. But I just want to say we don't have to be perfect in our life in anything that we do. In fact, perfection is a fallacy. What you can do is be progressive. You can continue to improve. You can continue to get better every single day. Okay? Now, I don't do this every single day. I don't. Sometimes I forget. But I probably do it about 80% of the time. Okay? I've been doing it for a little over 2 years straight. And it has absolutely changed my life. Now, I recommend it in the morning. It's a great time to do it. If you have a journal nearby, usually thoughts come flooding through. Get them into the paper after you're done with this. It's my recommendation. Also do this before you walk into a close, guys. I'm serious. Before you get on the doors, do one last breath work and then pop that door open and get to work. Because what this does is put you in an insane, almost cheat code in your biology. Cool. So, since I'm running out of time, 3 people. Is that fair? Okay. 3 people that want to share. KP? Okay.
The first time that he told us about this when he came to PCD, like he told us his whole story back and he told us about this breathing technique. And I was like, at first I was like, bro, there's no way, like, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna like feel something through my body. There's no way it's gonna happen. But I tried it that night, and I don't know if I didn't do it right or something, but I was definitely like, I just didn't feel anything. I had stuff in my head as I was breathing. I'm thinking about all this other stuff. I'm not thinking about like my inner self. And I'm able to like sit upright, shut everybody out. It was just me, myself, and I could literally feel everything. I could feel the blood rushing to my fingertips. My hands were getting colder. Like it was just, I could just feel everything. It was a great feeling to me. So I appreciate it. I actually am glad you told us about something like this. It's something that like I'll probably do for the rest of my life. But yeah, I appreciate this.
Thanks. All right. Anyone else? And only one more. So if you want something to share something, get uncomfortable in your head, and just accept it. Next, okay.
My name is Luke in the Sarasota office. But back to this question, the one thing I did notice, and I think it's the 40% rule with fitness, where when you feel like you're quitting, you're only 40% capable of what you're. I'm going to say that wrong, but you have a lot more left in the tank. I noticed with this, when you first held your breath, I would say the first 20 seconds, you're like, dang, I don't know if I could hold it. And then you just keep holding it, and then you just keep impressing yourself over and over. So like you could really just, your mind's playing tricks on you. It's all mental. So if you could just get past that and realize that you have so much more left in you, it's just like incredible. But
Cool.
very impressed. Thank you for that.
Yeah, of course.
Have you guys ever been in the pool where you try to hold your breath as kids? So I just tried to do it like that, right? And is that too loud? Anyways, so once I tried to focus on like, not focus on focusing, does that make sense? Like I was focused at first on trying to not breathe, but once I didn't focus on trying to not breathe, it became a lot easier, and that was the second round where I actually felt like everything, like he was saying, like I felt it in my fingers, and I felt like just super relaxed. And for the first round, I was like thinking about a lot of other different things, and I was hearing Bennett, and I can't lie, I was laughing at first. But then I like started to feel it, and I just started to feel it a lot. And another thing that I do is like, I try to do like cold showers and cold baths and go in the sauna every single day and like just try new things that try to get me out of my comfort zone. But like he said, like I'll do this every single day now. That was really sick, so thank you.
Thank you guys for sharing. Like I was going to say, it puts your body in a cheat code. It puts you in calm alertness, right? You are prepared for battle, so please use this. I'll try to wrap up. Do I have, you just want to kill it right there?
You're still good, dude.
Okay. Super easy to find on YouTube, guys, and the app is dope, and it's worth every penny, and you should support this man, so go buy it. It's like $30 for the year. That's a serious plug. This guy deserves it.
Whenever you do like your cold showers or baths, do you do that breath work before the cold shower or after the cold shower?
Before, yeah. He asked if I do this breath work before I do a cold shower or a cold plunge. And yes, I like to do this beforehand. Don't do this in water, ever. Don't do it while driving, ever. You can pass out and you can die. Shallow water blackout is a real thing. Please, don't do this in water. How many times a day?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, as many as you feel like you need. It's free. You don't need anything. You can refill the prescription instantly. Okay.
Hi guys.
Oh, sorry guys. How do I get out of that?
Hi guys, welcome.
Go to the next one, please. There we go. All right. Well, we're kind of running out of time. Here's some ideas on how to be uncomfortable every single day. I'm not going to take a ton of time. If you guys have other ways of getting uncomfortable that work for you, please share it with the group. I was going to have you guys shout it out, but I'm trying to be respectful of the time here. But these are some of the things that I recommend. And what did we learn, guys? So choosing discomfort consistently over time yields massive results. Whether you're running ultra marathons, whether you are training in fitness like my wife, whether you're studying sales and you just do 15 minutes a night of study for sales, over time that will compound. If you've read the compound effect, please, right? It's real stuff. Just do it consistently and you will have massive results. There's many different ways to get uncomfortable. Be aware of what you need. Guys, we're not dumb. We all kind of have that feeling in the back of the head like, okay, I could be doing this better. Start small, but make that commitment to start doing whatever that is for you. And start your day with a difficult task. The earlier, the better. If you can literally wake up out of bed and jump straight into a cold shower or a hot shower and then turn it cold for the last bit of it, that's fine. If you can start your day like that, I promise the rest of your day will be light years easier. Every day I run in the morning, I'm happier with my kids. I make them a healthy breakfast. Like my morning is way more productive. If I skip the run, I probably slept in and I had a terrible morning and nothing got done. Like, just do the uncomfortable stuff, okay? And life begins at the end of your comfort zone. That's it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Kyle. I'm sure all of you guys thought that was super, super cool. Did you guys learn something from that? Yeah. Who's here has done that? You guys have done that before? Dude, that is such a cool exercise. We are now going to turn the time over to Carson. Carson's going to talk to us about time management. Okay, it's something that if you're self-jetting right now, okay, if you're self-jetting or you're older, you feel ultra stressed, okay, self-jetting is a whole different breed of stress, right, Holmesy?